What's up, my boss family? This your boy Boss, and we're back again in the fish room for another fish room vlog. Today, we're gonna be doing some maintenance on these tanks. I need to do some water changes. I need to clean some glass, and I'm gonna bring you guys along with me. I don't like about having all these tanks is that you have to clean them, right? And it takes all day. Like this tank, for example, I'm just trying to clean the glass on this one because I'm gonna do a nice little water change on this tank. Got a lot of fingerprints, and a lot of times I don't even care about the glass being clean, but as far as like filming wise, you want the glass to be a little bit clean. So for me, having all these fish tanks, it makes no sense for me to just do each tank individually, drain it, then fill it back up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drain every tank in here, probably about 20%, and then I'm gonna come back through with my hose and fill all the tanks up and add my dechlorinator. So that's pretty much what I'm gonna do. Down here in the basement, I'm running my hose to my drain, so it makes life a lot easier. I do want to get a sump pump though, so that way I can just pump water out faster, because I can get water in fast, but it's hard to get water out fast. So I want to speed that process up, because it shouldn't take too long, because I don't take out a lot of water. I'm only doing about 20% water changes on them, so it shouldn't take forever. But still, I don't want to spend 2-3 hours down here doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on my drain, and then we'll start letting some of this water flow out of here. So as I'm letting this tank drain out, I'm gonna go ahead and propagate some of these plants in here that I had. Because this tank produces plants really good with these hornwort and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some of these out. This is how much hornwort I accumulated out of just that aquarium right here. And this is about $10 worth of hornwort right here. I need to start selling it. And as far as water for me, I can't bring in a lot of hot water. So all the water that goes back into my aquariums is mainly hot water. Cold water. But it's so warm down here in the fish room that the tanks heat back up pretty quick. It's like super hot down here. Next, we're gonna do this aquarium here. I need to do some maintenance on it, because all these plants, and you see I didn't drop the filter thing. I don't really put my hands in there a lot, so it's not much of an algae problem. I don't really have much of nothing really. This tank got a little algae on the glass, but that's because they got that high lumen light on there, and I've been keeping that light on more than I should have. So that's why that one's like that. Now we're draining the flower horn aquarium, and I really like this fish. I think I want to bring him upstairs and put him in my office, because I'm going to be setting up a studio soon. So I think I'm going to get him a nice tank and bring him upstairs, because that's a really beautiful fish. So that's a good percentage right here. Not going to take out too much more than that. Keep my siphon going, switch it straight over like that. Boom. Flow, your siphon keeps going. Show y'all a little trick. So we're draining this tank right now. Hopefully I don't suck up any babies, but I think it'll be all right. I need to pull some of these babies out of here. If anybody want this fish, let me know. Message me on Instagram at Boss Aquatics. I can ship you guys some of these guppies, because I have too many of them. Now we draining this tank right here that is housing these swordtails, and they have yet to drop any babies, but you can see the plants are like growing like a wildflower up here. So I'm sure once these fish start getting more and more cover, they will start breeding. But I've only had them maybe about a month, so it takes a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and start on this rack system over here. Start draining these tanks. Pretty much I need to work on these planted tanks a little bit more, because for one, I haven't dosed in about a week, so I'm gonna go ahead and dose them too today. And then I'm gonna pull out some of these dead leaves that have kind of died in here. And, you know, it shit happens. You know, the plant's gonna die. Like I tell you guys in my other videos, whenever you buy plants, a lot of them are going to die back. So you gotta be prepared for that. You gotta be mentally prepared for that and don't get discouraged and stuff like that. But there are some plants that don't last, and I have a few of them, so it is what it is. So we finished doing this one, took out about 20% of this one. We're gonna switch over to this planted aquarium here. Like I said, I'm gonna take out some plants. These are some of the leaves that I had got in my recent video you guys seen. If you haven't already, go back and check that out. I'll be getting my aquarium plants. And just gonna take some of them out of here that have died and died back on me. You know, it happens. Planted aquariums, with them not having any fish in them, I'm gonna do more of like a 50% water change on this tank because there's no fish in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and really let this water get out of here and put some new fresh water in, because I haven't changed the water since I originally set the aquariums up. As you can see, the same thing happened with these other aquariums. The plants started to kind of die back. They look like they're trying to grow again, but I don't know. I think I might just put them in my pond and let them float in the pond, and if they do well, they do well. If not, then it is what it is. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is drain this turtle tank. I had to clean the glass a little bit because it started to get a lot of algae. These heat lamps are like super powerful and they make algae grow like crazy. You can see my glass is kind of foggy looking, so I'm gonna have to scrape that with the blade. Try to get the water spots off of there. And I'm going to fill it up to see where we at. I am gonna be doing a 50% water change on this tank today because like I said, this tank I've been battling with some ink, but the Dovi seems to be doing amazing right now. He was covered in ink. Now look at him. He looks really good. Really good. Everything in here looks really good, really healthy. So I'm super happy about that. Dovi looking nice and fat. Farm mouth looks really good. The plants are growing like crazy in here, as you guys can see. But there is plenty of algae, so we're going to be cleaning this tank here. This aquarium is fairly new setup, doesn't need a water change just yet. But you guys can see the catfish in here are looking really good. This tank doesn't need a water change, just need a top off on this one. That tank is fairly clean, smaller fish in there. The ponds need to be topped off. And that's to be about it down here. We finally finish all the water changes on everything down here. Everything's looking really good, crystal clear. I'm just gonna go around and show you the tanks one last time so you guys can look at them. But everything came out really well. All the fish are happy, looking really good. Look how crystal clear these tanks look, especially the flower horn tank. Went ahead and wiped the glass down. Electro blue cars. Went ahead and wiped the glass down, cleaned all the tanks. This one looks really good. It was super covered in algae. Now it's looking really nice again. Did a water change on this, 50% water change on this aquarium, so they're good to go. Everything back here is looking good. Pond's looking amazing. I just love my fish room, man. I just love it. You know, it's a labor of love, but it's definitely worth it when it's all done. I get to just come down here and look at the tanks and enjoy them. And it's definitely worth it. The Oscars are happy, as always. I need to get a light for this tank. I just haven't went out and got another one yet. The planted aquariums are looking really good. I went ahead and took the plant out that was right here. It was one of these. It wasn't growing good. It was dying back on me. You guys seen that earlier in the video. But I went ahead and took that out. This other tank is looking amazing also. This is a tiger lotus, but as you can tell, it's like really taking off, and it's eventually gonna just take over this whole aquarium. It's gonna look amazing. But I'm ready to get fish for these tanks. I'm really ready to get fish for these tanks. I think I will be adding fish to these tanks. Maybe the next couple of videos, we'll see how things go. I don't know yet. Turtle tank is all filled up and clean. I got the light off right now because I'm just trying to keep the algae down, because I'll be having the light on, it just be too much algae growing, especially with the heat lamps and the day lamp. It's just too much algae being grown, so I got those lights off right now. These tanks are all cleaned up and refilled, looking good. This is a tank with the shell dwellers in it. The guppy tanks are all cleaned up and looking really good. I need to do some maintenance on here as far as pulling babies out, because there's babies in all these tanks, as you can see. I just haven't went in and pulled babies out and add them to the baby tanks, but that's for another day. I need to go ahead and dose the plant of the tanks over there, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I guess I can do it now. So you guys, so pretty much what this is a all-in-one easy fertilizer, and you could put 1 pump per 10 gallons. So this is like a 30-gallon, 29-gallon aquarium, so I'll just do 3. Same thing with this one. 1, 2, and 3. And let's see, we can go around and dose a couple more. We'll do this tank here. Don't really want to use this stuff with the hornwork because hornwork grows. You don't need all this. This is a 36 gallon, so we'll do another 3. We'll do another 3 drops in there. And I think that's pretty much it. Everything else in here has like the hornwork, and this hornwork don't need this. You know, it grows on its own. This tank came out really crystal clear. I went ahead and wiped the black background off. It was covered in algae, so got that all cleaned up. But overall, everything looks amazing down here. I'm really pleased, and another successful day in the fish room. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the video right here. If you guys enjoyed today's video and you learned something, make sure you guys give this video a big like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And YouTube's telling me that 80% of the people that's watching my videos are not even subscribed. So take some time out, subscribe to the channel. It's free, it don't cost you anything. Subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you can be notified when I drop these videos. And leave me some comments below, because I like to read the comments as always. And if you guys have any suggestions on things I should do in the fish room or any fish I should add to the fish room, let me know. If not, I'm gone. I'll catch you guys in my next video.